And I'll introduce now my colleague, Commissioner Ted Kopis.
Thank you for clapping. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. Of course, a very special thanks to our Governor, Josh Shapiro, for being here. What a very important day in Westmoreland County. You know, the governor has rightfully recognized that in order for us to grow our economy, attract outside businesses and private investment, we need to make sure we're making big investments right here in our Commonwealth, even in places like small Brevard. These things matter. And as a former county commissioner, I'm so glad you always remember your roots. Right. He also recognizes what projects like this mean to Westmoreland County and to local economies, to our workforce, and to our tax base. This is a big deal. Lastly, I'll say, you know, the governor, if you ever heard him speak, he talks about getting stuff done. You know, the breathtaking speed in which they are getting things done throughout our Commonwealth is really remarkable. And the fact we're here today celebrating big things and getting things done right here in Brevard and Westmoreland County speaks volumes to the commitment they have to every community throughout our Commonwealth. It is with great pleasure and pride that I have the privilege of introducing the governor of the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, my friend Josh Shapiro.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, Commissioner Kopis. And for those of you who don't know, I've known Commissioner Kopis for probably 15 years at this point, and have had the pleasure of working with you in a number of different ways, particularly as a county commissioner myself back in the day in Montgomery County. And so I want to thank you for your really meaningful work in Westmoreland County and across this region. It really matters. And together with Commissioner Chu, y'all are doing a really, really good job. And we're partners in this progress. And I'm grateful that you are here today. I often say that for county commissioners and for township supervisors and commissioners, I mean, no disrespect, Rep, by any stretch, they're where the rubber meets the road, and they're feeling it every day, and they're doing big things every day. And I'm really grateful to you for your leadership. And I know that Representative Nelson understands the importance of having strong relationships between the state and local governments so that we can actually get stuff done and make progress. And so, Representative Nelson, I'm grateful you're here and thankful for your leadership, and thank you for the really great collaboration we have here in Westmoreland County. I have often found that if you really want to make progress in a community, you've got to figure out ways to work effectively together. And here in Westmoreland County, you are proving that day in and day out. So I want to thank all the local leaders who are with us. We've got a great history and wonderful tradition, not just here on this property, and Lou will talk more about that, but really all throughout Westmoreland County. You know, it was, in fact, in Westmoreland County in New Kensington more than 130 years ago that Alcoa began producing aluminum, the kind of aluminum that ended up on everything from airplanes to soda cans, the aluminum that literally made its way around the world from Westmoreland County, from the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And I want you to know that that legacy of economic leadership, that legacy of manufacturing, that legacy of innovation, well, it continues to this day. And I think it's critically important that we invest in it and we continue to make progress on it. In fact, last May, I announced, thanks to an $81 million investment from Rebuild, that we're turning that old Alcoa site into a center of high-tech manufacturing and creating 300 new jobs right here in this area. I want you to know that we are bullish on Westmoreland County, and we are betting on not just the future of Pennsylvania, but that the future is going to have a lot to do with what happens right here in this region. The progress we're making is only possible because you have a strong group of economic development leaders here. Not just the elected leaders, but all the different partners from the industrial development authorities and all of the others who have come together to do this work, including folks like my good friend, former state senator Matt Smith, who now helms the Chamber of Commerce and the Allegheny Conference, along with Jason Rigoni and site developers like Lou, who has a wonderful history, a family history here. Think about it, from the old coal and coke days to what we're building here, they have spanned the generations of economic prosperity and accomplishments, and now we're ready to write that next chapter. And so I want to say thank you to Lou. I want to say thank you to Jason, and of course, thank you to Matt for the strong leadership that you've provided. I really believe that the center of our Commonwealth's future success can be found in places like Westmoreland County and can be found in land like this that's going to be repurposed and reused and reinvigorated as we move forward. Just a few months ago, I announced the Commonwealth's first economic development strategy in more than 20 years. I believe you've got to have a direction, a North Star. You have to understand where you're going in order to make sure that the investments, the dollars that you put forth, the red tape that you cut through, that it all flows in the same direction and allows you to accomplish something and accomplish something with purpose. We understand that we need to make investments again in Pennsylvania in order to have a big impact. And one of the most important investments, something we heard loud and clear as we were developing the plan that we put forth, is that Pennsylvania needs to develop more sites that we can use to sell our Commonwealth to companies on the outside to bring them in and get them to create jobs and economic opportunity here. Other states literally have pads that are shovel ready, where you can begin to assemble what you need to create jobs. They have electrical hookups in place. The site prep is done. Water and other key infrastructure is done. All of the local ordinances are addressed. The zoning has been taken care of. And then companies can come in and start building literally on day one and put people to work right away. That's a huge selling point for other states to be able to bring big companies and the jobs that they create into a community. And I want you to know our neighboring states, well, they are moving full steam ahead to get these sites ready. Consider this for a moment. Our neighbor, Ohio, they've invested $400 million in site development over just the last 5 years. Our neighbors the other way, New York, invest $200 million in site development every single year. Every neighbor around us is investing more in site development than Pennsylvania has in recent years. And I'm here to say it is time for us to catch up. That's why last year, just a few months after I took office, together under the leadership of Secretary Seiger of the Department of Community and Economic Development, we launched a pilot program for site development through DCED. We asked for applications and made $10 million in grants available so developers and companies could come in. Today, I'm here in Westmoreland County to announce that this site right here in Brevard will receive one of Pennsylvania's first PA Sites grants to turn this old plant that at one time was coal and coke and then concrete and plastic piping, this old site where we stand, into a 217-acre business park that's going to help us sell this region to businesses all across the country. You know, there's a lot of dirt around here and a little bit of old concrete too. But I will tell you, I see real possibility in this dirt and in this old slab of concrete. With the $2.5 million that the Commonwealth is investing here, we're close to a nearly $30 million investment that Ida Miller Company is making to develop up to 1 million square feet of industrial warehouse and distribution space. And with this grant, we'll help developers connect this site to the utility lines, water, gas, and electric needed to run a successful business here. And thanks to that investment, we believe we can create up to 500 new jobs in this space. And so the work that we are announcing here today, it puts us in a stronger position to attract more development, attract employers, and allow people to get jobs and put food on their table, allow them to live with dignity and respect. So we're going to turn the piles of dirt here into hundreds of jobs for the good people of Pennsylvania. That's a win for Westmoreland County. It's a win for all of us. And here's the thing. If we don't make these kinds of investments, well, employers are going to go somewhere else. They're going to look to our neighbors. They're going to look somewhere else in the country. And I'm competitive as hell. I don't want them going somewhere else. I want them coming here to Westmoreland County. I want them coming here to Pennsylvania. All in, we're investing in Westmoreland County. We're also investing these PA Sites grants in Allegheny, Bedford, and Indiana. along with Bucks and Wayne and Lehigh counties in the east. And I want you to know this is a data-driven, smart investment. You know, the legislators, as they should do, they evaluate my policies, my proposals, and this is one where we have a lot of data for them. I told you before that we launched a pilot program of $10 million. Well, we got $235 million of quality applications for $10 million bucks. It shows that there is a real demand, a serious demand for these sites, and there is a real need here, and it's time for us to fill that gap. The business community is ready, labor is ready. They want to invest in Pennsylvania, and now we need to work together, Republican and Democrat alike, to make this happen. There is real promise in this land and in this dirt. There are jobs in this dirt. There's opportunity in this dirt. And I think there's real freedom in this dirt as well if we can make this happen. There is power in these pads, and now is the time to invest. Pennsylvania today is sitting on a $14 billion budget surplus. My budget, which is balanced and cuts taxes, is proposing to invest in three key areas: economic development, education, and public safety. And this $500 million investment in sites, this is a critical component of what we need to accomplish from an economic development perspective. And so now it is time, as Ted alluded to, Commissioner Kopis alluded to get stuff done in this space. Because here in Pennsylvania, we can do big things again if we believe, if we work together, and if we invest. And now is the time to invest in Pennsylvania sites. So it is my pleasure.